Coming up on Nittany Game Week.
We need to play a tough brand of lacrosse. We're going to have to play a selfless brand of lacrosse.
The men's lacrosse team is set to host Colgate in the NCAA tournament. What they learned in their regular season matchup, they can apply to their postseason meeting. The most explosive offense in softball program history delivers in the first round of the Big Ten tournament. Why the Nittany Lions' victory over Iowa is perhaps their best of the season.
To do all that I've done with Hit for Hope, to be by her side, for her to be by my side, just to do it together it's truly very special to me.
And senior golfer Jamie Morris was inspired by her mother's cancer diagnosis to start a charity event. Why she's being recognized nationally for the success of the fundraiser. It's time for Nittany Game Week. It is the moment of truth for several PSU programs as they continue to pursue a conference or perhaps a national championship. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Nittany Game Week.
Yeah, students wrap up their spring semester with final exams all week. Plenty of student athletes keep pushing forward to the finish of their season, in some cases, their college careers.
We start our opening drive with men's volleyball, who enter the NCAA tournament red hot and road tested.
This team, more than any other team we've had, as Colin, my associate head coach, said, this team was built to win on a road. And the guys just kind of bought into that and looked back and said, yeah, we were only home for, 8 matches this year? We're ready.
Yeah, talked with the guys last week. They enter NCAA tournament play with a ton of confidence after they sweep all 3 opponents to win the conference tournament. That carries over to a 3-zip victory at Damon in the opening round. Up next, the NCAA quarterfinals against the 2-seed Hawaii. The tournament is in Columbus, Ohio this year, and the Nittany Lions faced the Rainbow Warriors in front of 8,000 fans in Honolulu earlier in the season. They were swept in that one 3-zip, but give them a much tougher match this time. This is action from the second set. The ball sent to the outside. Matthew Luoma buries it. The Nittany Lions even things at 1 set apiece with a 25-21 win in set 2. Close one in set 4, but they fall 25-23. Down 2 sets to 1 and facing match point. Hawaii comes through in the end and scores 4 of the last 5 points to close out PSU 3 sets to 1. A great run at the end of the year is over in the NCAA quarters.
The offense is capable of beating up on any opponent's pitching staff. The Nittany Lions softball team set program records for home runs and total runs this season. Not a big deal to get into a slugfest for PSU. To advance in the Big Ten tournament, it takes an all-around complete game to get the job done, and that's exactly what happens in their first round matchup with Iowa. Purdue is the host school. PSU with some solid defense early. Catcher Madison Seidel, quick to her feet, chases down the bunt attempt for the out. Game is scoreless until the offense puts a charge into 1. Michaela Barbanente with a shot to left center. Hawkeyes outfielder just misses, bringing it back into the park. It's over the wall for a 2-run homer as the Nittany Lions go in front in the top of the second inning. Move to the top of the third and the top of the batting order. It's Megan Ricks. She catches one in the sweet spot and sends it to deep to right center. And over the wall for a solo homer. Tack on another run for PSU. Defense, power. How about some pitching? Senior Maddie Volpe with the heat on the full count. Records the strikeout right here, as you can see, putting on a heater. Coach Crowell and the dugout ready to celebrate. Solid outing for Volpe, who splits the duties with freshman Abigail Britton. Britton works the final 3 innings plus and induces the fly ball to Jenna Nelson to end it. Penn State with a complete effort to knock out the Hawkeyes 6-2. Sports is fun. The latest example is the post-game interview with Volpe.
Coming in, this could have been my last game, and we all wanted to make sure that we just finished off strong. And Coach C said it best before the game. She said, no matter the result, we got you. And I think that gave me all the confidence to come in and get the job done. And Abby also did a great job, and I just really want to shout her out because she's been clutch all season.
Yeah, I can't blame the team for having some fun after that big win. She does a great balancing act throughout the interview. The stack of gloves from her teammates does hit the ground at one point. They are quick to rebuild, though. Fun opening day for Penn State, and it earns them a quarterfinal matchup with Nebraska on Thursday. The reward for the Iowa victory is a date with third seed Nebraska in the quarterfinals. No easy task to face their all-everything pitcher and slugger Jordy Ball. PSU jumps in front early. Great piece of hitting by senior Haley Brunson. Goes the other way with the pitch from Ball's sharp line drive into left field. Plates the run for Penn State. Take another look. Textbook work to get on the board. The team is fired up for this one. Brunson and coach with the high five at first. Unfortunately, Ball settles in and shows why she's perhaps the best pitching in the Big Ten. The Cornhuskers ace forces a soft floater to second base for the out and then a fly ball to short right field. The Nittany Lions are not able to mount any sustained offensive threat, and Nebraska scores more than enough. Final is 9-1 in a run rule victory. PSU ends their 60th anniversary season with a record of 25 wins and 27 losses.
As expected, the men's lacrosse team receives a bid to the NCAA tournament. It's the third consecutive year the Nittany Lions are in the field. Now, they advanced all the way to the Final Four in 2023. I stopped by practice earlier in the week, had a chance to interview Coach Tambroni and senior Kevin Parnham. We're going to hear from both in a minute. We won't see them because the interviews somehow came out blurry, which is ironic because PSU is laser focused on their first round opponent, Colgate. The Raiders, a bit of a surprise, capturing the Patriot League title, which includes an upset of Army in the semis. Penn State and Colgate met in the season opener a few months ago. February 1st to be exact, PSU won the matchup 14-9. Both teams have improved and changed since then. One thing that remains constant is the approach Coach Tambroni and the players take towards their work. It's no nonsense. If you take care of the details, the rest will take care of itself type of mentality.
We need to play a tough brand of lacrosse. We're going to have to play a selfless brand of lacrosse. Do the little things really well is what we've tried to talk to our guys about all year long. We don't have to hit like home run style of plays. We're going to have to just hit singles throughout the course of the game. That helps us just kind of build momentum.
Just a blue-collar work ethic and just playing together. We talk about it a lot. People that come to watch our games should know that we care a whole lot about each other in this locker room and that we just play hard no matter the circumstances.
It's a home game at Panzer Stadium Saturday at 5 p.m. against Colgate. If they get past the Raiders, they face the winner of Ohio State and Notre Dame on Sunday, May 18th in Annapolis, Maryland at noon. Up next, he's had a storybook baseball career before he even finishes in college. The road that led former Little League star Cole Wagner back to his home state to play in Happy Valley. We'll have more Nittany Game Week after this.
Embark on a journey of luxury.
A new level of sophistication.
Where?
In the Pocono Mountains.
The Lodge at Woodlock. Elegance defined.
The Swiftwater, a new and exciting addition to the luxury collection.
The picturesque French Manor. The iconic Mount Airy Casino Resort.
The Grand Lady of the Pocono Mountains, Skytop Lodge.
The Pocono Mountains Luxury Resorts Collection at PoconoMountains.com.
I've always wanted a big family, but one moment can change your whole entire life.
I went to the doctor and was told I had stage 3 cancer and I would most likely never carry another baby. Right before I was about to start chemotherapy, I was told about a new clinical trial funded by Stand Up to Cancer that used immunotherapy. And after my 9th treatment,
My tumor had completely disappeared.
because of this trial, I was able to welcome a beautiful baby girl and watch my family grow. Help push cancer research further at standuptocancer.org/cures.
Roadmap to Victory is sponsored by the R&R family of companies.
Welcome back to Nittany Game Week. Imagine being a star in the eyes of the entire baseball world. At 12 years old, 10 years ago, that was the situation for Penn State's Cole Wagner.
Spectacular performance in the Little League World Series in Williamsport leads to immense pressure from that point on. The Central Pennsylvania native has had an amazing baseball journey, one that culminates in Happy Valley, where he was called home to finish his college career.
Batting 7th, first baseman, number 15, Cole Wagner.
His walk-up song is a classic, old-time rock and roll. Cole Wagner doesn't reminisce about the days of old. He's perfectly content to finish up his college baseball career as a Nittany Lion.
Through high school, I was committed to the University of Georgia the whole time, so I had the chance to play here a couple times in the state championship. So that was always fun and always special. So to be in my home state is exactly where I want to be.
Oh, another one. That's a grand slam for Cole Wagner.
Cole's been in the spotlight ever since the magical summer of 2015 when the boys from Redland captured the United States Little League Championship and the nation's attention.
I'll be totally transparent. It was a blessing and a curse at the same time. I got an awesome opportunity and a ton of exposure, which I wouldn't trade. But it also set the standard really high, and I think that I played feeling a lot of pressure and a lot of expectations. A lot of that I put on myself, and that was just part of who I was, being a high achiever and wanting to do the best that I could be, but also from outside sources too, like I felt that pressure. So again, I wouldn't trade that opportunity in the world. I'm so grateful for it and the relationships and memories I made along the way, but it was definitely a challenge too to sort of work through some of that.
Turns out several months away from the game is exactly what he needed to gain a fresh perspective.
Every time I step on the field now, I'm just filled with an immense feeling of gratitude. I think when you walk away from it, you learn to love it, and I think that really I had to find myself outside of baseball before I was willing and ready and wanted to go back and do it again.
The Nittany Lions have a few more weeks left in their regular season. Once their postseason run is over, so is Cole's playing career. He says going pro is not the plan. However, he does enjoy coaching. A trip to the altar is in his immediate future. He's getting married this summer and is excited to move on with the next phase of his life. Well, Cole was hitting .292 this season. Heading into their weekend series at Rutgers, he just missed playing with one of his Redland Little League teammates, Jaden Headline, in Happy Valley. Jaden pitched at Penn State the past couple of years.
Yeah, the baseball team wraps up their regular season next Saturday, the 17th, for Senior Day at home before the Big Ten tournament begins a few days later at Nebraska. The baseball team is taking their show on the road in the Keystone State for the final week of the regular season. On Tuesday night, it's Penn State versus Pitt at PNC Park. Very cool state showcase at the home of the Pirates. It's one of, if not the best ballpark in the major leagues. The Nittany Lions and Panthers go head-to-head on a big league diamond. Always a great rivalry, no matter the sport. Will be a fun night of baseball in Western PA. A few nights later, the Nittany Lions host Xavier at the home of the Harrisburg Senators.
That kind of started spitballing the end of last summer. The coach called us and asked if we'd be interested, and we've moved forward. It's something new, different, and hopefully this becomes a yearly game that they'll come down here and we'll turn FMB Field into Medler Field at Penn State. So a little home away from home.
Coach Gambino is excited to showcase his guys' abilities in front of crowds across Pennsylvania. Should be a trend that will continue for years to come. Here's how the week's lineups for the guys look for games on 3 different fields in 5 days. Tuesday night, Lions-Panthers at PNC Park in Pittsburgh begins at 6. Thursday, Penn State opens up their series with Xavier in State College at 5:30. Friday, the series shifts to the capital city for a 6 p.m. first pitch. And on Saturday, it's Senior Day back at Medler Field. 1 o'clock start to cap off the regular season. Still to come, our Impact interview with senior golfer Jamie Morris, how her mom's cancer diagnosis motivated her to start a charity event that has raised more than $200,000. Todd talks with Jamie about the Hit for Hope organization. Next, stay with us for more Nittany Game Week.
These are more than just trucks. Every shipment moved by the R&R family of companies contributes to the Excel Foundation for Autism Research and Inclusion, funding safe spaces like the Sensory Room at Penn State's Beaver Stadium, and a special event sensory trailer, and giving thousands that were unheard a voice.
Now is the time to amplify non-speaking voices and drive meaningful change.
These trucks are powered by purpose.
We hope you enjoy these experiences as much as we do. Pocono Mountains Luxury Resorts. Luxury Unlimited. Find it at PoconoMountains.com.
Impact Interview is sponsored by the Pocono Mountains, where small-town charm meets big adventures. Book your trip today by visiting PoconoMountains.com.
We're back on Nittany Game Week. It's time for our Impact interview with a graduating senior, golfer Jamie Morris. Jamie was recently named to the All-State National Association of Collegiate Directors of Athletics Good Works team for the spring. She's one of only 20 athletes honored among 200 nominees nationwide. Jamie's been inspired by her mom's battle with cancer and started a charity golf event, the Hit for Hope. It's been a huge success, raising over $200,000 with 100% of the proceeds going to the hospital in Cleveland that's given her mom a second chance at life.
So in 2012, my mom was diagnosed with breast cancer. She had a clean bill of health the following year, went through all the treatments, and thankfully is in remission for that. And then fast forward to 2016, she was diagnosed with lymphoma. The doctors didn't feel it was necessary to start treatment yet, so they were just watching her. And then fast forward again to March of 2020, right as the world was shutting down and everyone's world was turning upside down. Ours did as well, unfortunately, and the tumors and everything that was in her body was growing, and the doctors felt it was necessary to start treatment. So she underwent chemotherapy, immunotherapy, and then a stem cell transplant. And then in 2021, when she had the stem cell transplant, the following year, she was got a clean bill of health. So yeah, and to do all that I've done with Hit for Hope, to be by her side, for her to be by my side, just to do it together it's truly very special to me.
How did the golf tournament come about for you? Within all that, as you're processing all that, as your mom's fighting, you're fighting with her, when did you say, this is the idea, and then be able to implement it?
So in 2018, I qualified for Drive, Chip, and Putt National Championship down at Augusta, Georgia, which is pretty cool. So that's where the whole format of Hit for Hope came from. It's a drive, chip, and putt competition. So each participant gets 3 drives, 3 chips, and 3 putts. And I wanted to make it so that people can come and go as they please. It's usually on a Monday, so people work, it's busy. So people love that format, and they can just come and go rather than a normal golf tournament where it's 18 holes, breakfast, lunch, sometimes dinner, and it's just an all-day event. So we've gotten a lot of good feedback on that, so we're definitely going to keep that format.
You're hoping for a total, 10, 12,000, whatever, is bam, 71K. What hit? Like, what resonated? Was it a sponsor that came on board and said, because you have these ideas and you think, okay, we can do this, but then there's more support than you could ever imagine for it. So what made it such a huge success right out of the box?
Honestly, my community. I'm deeply connected with my community just because of golf and everything I've done through high school, winning 2 state championships and all that stuff. And being at my country club, my mom being there, my community is very knit and close and tight, and it's just, I set the goal of $10,000 to $12,000 my first year, and within, I think, the first 3 weeks, we surpassed that exponentially, and I couldn't have done any of this without my community.
Your mom's reaction, what kind of spirits, how it must have boosted her spirits, and just to help so much in that fight. I mean, I'm so proud of her. I end the phone with her every single time. I love you so much. I'm so proud of you. And she says it back, and just to be able to do it together, like I said, it just means so much. And to have my entire family behind me on this is pretty special. And I think she's proud of me. She says she is. So. How has it changed your competitive golf? Because there's always, it doesn't matter what level, when you're playing competitively, the key is to go out there and just have fun and let it loose, have perspective. You put in a situation like this, and there's all kinds of perspective. Has it enhanced your competitive game to know that, look, there's bigger things in life. I'm out here just to play a game?
1000%. I always tell my teammates, I'm like, guys, whatever you shoot, you shoot. There's bigger things in life. I joke around with them, the little things in life matter so much to me. A full tank of gas, an empty laundry basket, you name it. Just those little things mean so much more. I had my exit interview the other day with our sports administrator, and I'm like, golf's just a game. The things that it's able to give you is great, but just enjoy life. Life's so fragile, and being what I've been through, I've realized that at a young age. And my hope with Hit for Hope is that no other individual has to go through what I've gone through. So just to leave the world in a little better place than I found it.
Look, I want to switch to the major. We talked about it before, the corporate innovation and the entrepreneurship. And so now you've gotten a taste of running a successful event, the response it can give to the community, and just in a business sense. How are you taking that and putting it and applying it to your college work now that you got your degree, and where you want to move it forward?
Yeah, so I think one of the biggest things I've learned just in my classes and talking with my professors, that marketing is huge. Whether it's your brand, yourself, anything, So I'm definitely taking that with Hit for Hope and marketing everything that I can, whether it's ball markers, golf balls, tees, t-shirts, hats, you name it, just to have that brand. And that's the real way that we're going to be able to grow this brand, nonprofit, charity event, and just keep spreading the word.
It helps to have gone to the school and now be an alumni of the largest alumni network in the country. Oh, by the way, how does the Penn State experience turn this into even more of a success?
Yeah, it's awesome. For example, on LinkedIn, I was just on it this morning actually, and I connected with a Penn State alum that works for TrackMan, yardage distance measuring device, and reached out to him. I was like, I see you're a Penn State grad. I'm going to be a Penn State grad in a few weeks. Like, any chance you want to help us out with my charity event? And he was like, I would love to. Like, we are. And I'm like, Penn State.
Jamie is the third Nittany Lion named to a Good Works team this year. Offensive lineman Nick Dawkins in the fall, and men's hockey player Dylan Lugris was named to the winter team. We've included the link to donate to Hit for Hope at the bottom of your screen if you'd like to contribute to Jamie's event. She majored in corporate innovation and entrepreneurship with plans to grow the Hit for Hope to other states, including Florida, California, and Texas. Thanks to Jamie for her time before she graduates. Make sure you go to nittany-game-week.com for all of our Impact interviews and past episodes, along with other web-exclusive content like our depth chart. Don't go anywhere. When we return, we'll talk about the pro draft for men's lacrosse. We'll tell you which Nittany Lions are selected by teams in the Premier Lacrosse League. We're heading into the final minutes on Nittany Game Week.
The headlines are heart-wrenching. Crews recover body of missing swimmer. Drowning victim did not wear a life jacket. You don't think it can happen to you. The river looks calm, but the current is a killer if you don't wear a life jacket. Swimming, floating, fishing, boating, wear it. The life you save could be yours. Don't fall victim to drowning. Wear a life jacket.
These are more than just trucks. Every shipment moved by the R&R family of companies contributes to the Excel Foundation for Autism Research and Inclusion, funding safe spaces like the Sensory Room at Penn State's Beaver Stadium, and a special event sensory trailer, and giving thousands that were unheard a voice.
Now is the time to amplify non-speaking voices and drive meaningful change.
These trucks are powered by purpose. The Nittany Game Week Depth Chart is brought to you by Burke and Bradley Orthopedics. Located in Pittsburgh, Burke and Bradley Orthopedics is a comprehensive sports medicine practice, providing patients with the most current and innovative approaches in diagnosis and treatment.
It's that time of the show where we honor some big-time accomplishments for Nittany Lions athletes. For men's lacrosse, no bigger honor than to be selected in the Premier Lacrosse League draft. A pair of Penn State standouts are taken, including number 22, Matt Trainer, in the first round with the 6th overall pick by the New York Atlas. Trainer is the Big Ten Offensive Player of the Year, reaching 100 goals in his career. Defenseman Kevin Parnham is taken in the 4th round, 26th choice overall by Denver. He's a senior captain that has started every game of his 4-year career. Here it is up on the screen. Trainer and Parnham become the 20th and 21st Penn State players in program history to be drafted. This is the first time Penn State has had players taken in back-to-back years for the Premier Lacrosse League. Last year, TJ Malone was taken 17th overall. And we stick with lacrosse with some more shout-outs in our Nittany Game Week Dean's list. On top of Matt Trainer and Kevin Parnham, who we just talked about, Hunter Aquino and Alex Ross joined the two to be named USA Lacrosse All-Americans. Trainer on the 2nd team, Ross on the 3rd team, and Aquino and Parnham as honorable mentions. Ross adds the title to a season where he was also named Defensive Player of the Week earlier in the year, where Aquino rounds out the list as a freshman in a year where he was also named Big Ten Freshman of the Year. Now, of course, on the Dean's list, we got to talk about some standout academics, and big shout out to the 199 student athletes who graduated this year. No easy feat as a student athlete. 27 teams are represented on the graduate list. Track and field led the way out of all the sports with 17 men and 12 women walking the stage. Congrats to all of this week's nominees.
Well, another strong list. Things starting to wind down in the spring. We still have plenty of action and great stories to share with you. Don't forget, we bring all Nittany Lions together with our depth chart at nittany-game-week.com. We're connecting businesses that support the show with our viewers. The goal is to build a team that keeps our hometowns strong. We'll be covering all things Penn State athletics all the way through late May. We showed you earlier what an exciting week to finish the regular season for the baseball team. We have 2 more shows to go. Make sure to check out nittany-game-week.com for our web exclusive content. And make sure you check out past episodes on our website. And go ahead and submit some pride picks for Ryan and the entire Nittany Game Week crew. I'm Todd. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.